You sure know how to celebrate a senior night, don't you?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
That's rough for you.
Most of that many points in the 2 years you've been here. What happened?
I wanted to put on the show for my mom. This is her first time coming to a game, so I was just playing with supreme confidence, and it worked out good. And I want to thank my teammates for helping me out too, giving me the ball when I'm open, and just doing it, just helping me. They knew today was a big day for me, so like they looked out for me.
How much did it mean for you guys as seniors to just set the tone on this game?
I mean, everything. I mean, we had that plan since day one, since the beginning that we started. I mean, if you set the tone, everybody's going to follow, and that's what happened.
What happened? So you hurt your shoulder? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it went out of place.
Good to hear this place rocking and see it full and just full of life and excitement, isn't it?
Definitely. It's nothing better.
Wasn't always like that when you guys arrived. It's been a slow uphill climb, and it's here, back.
Sean, what's going through your mind at the end when you're standing on the tables looking at the students and they're applauding you?
Just the fact that I won't be able to play in front of them again. I mean, that's something that I spent 5 years basically here, and
Next question. Next question. Next question, please.
You guys get to the game. You guys committed only 3 turnovers. You had a lot of problems with turnovers your last couple games. I know you worked on that this week. What was the difference? Was it just practice? Or?
Focus. Just being focused and doing what we need to do best and doing all the little things.
Sean, can you, you guys on Saturday play Rutgers. If you win, you're at the very least league co-champs. Can you talk about what that would mean to you if you're able to win that game?
It'll mean a lot. I mean, being here 5 years, actually 4 with Justin and 2 with Titus. We know that it's something that we've been striving for, like, for the past couple years, and I mean it's an accomplishment, and being able to have that in our possession and really go out there and grab a win is something that we really need to do. I mean, because we know where to place us with seeding, and we know that it's something that our seniors deserve. So being able to go out there and get that one is important.
What was it like in the locker room before you came out for to actually start the game after the senior night ceremonies?
Focus. Everyone was just quiet and being focused.
Yeah.
Doing what you need to do to get focused.
Emotional?
Not till we got out. Not until we got out to the courts. That's when I started getting emotional out of the SK too. So yeah.
Titus, how much did it mean just to get this 2-game losing streak off your back, be done with it, and move on, and just kind of say, hey, we're still here?
I mean, it means a whole lot. I mean, I was talking to my teammates, and I was telling them last time we lost 2 games in a row, we went on a 14-game winning streak. So we just got to get that hunger back, and we got every time we step on the court, we got to be the best dirty work team. We got to be willing to dive on balls, and like today was a good game, but we still felt like we gave up too many points, easy points. So like we just got to tighten up all the wrinkles, because it's now if you lose, you go home. So. After Rutgers game, tournament coming up, so what it is.
How dangerous is this team if he continues giving offensive production like that?
Very dangerous. I mean, because we all have weapons. I mean, you have me, you have Jack, and then you got Shaq as well. And then, I mean, to add Titus into the mix, knowing that, I mean, he plays defense, and on top of that, he is an offensive player. I mean, he may not have displayed that in the past 2 years because he came in and did his job. But, I mean, if you leave him open and you give him a lane to drive, then it might be over for you. So we know that. We know with the ball in his hands a lot, something good is going to end up happening.
Sean, you've been one of the most accommodating superstars in this program in in so many years. And I only speak for myself, but I think I encapsulate a lot of people's other feelings when I say thank you for, the cooperation and the courtesies that you extended to us over the years.
Well, I mean, we do this for y'all. I mean, y'all are here every day to really support us and write good things about us, and being able to have those type of people behind us, knowing that, I mean, it may not go all the way like worldwide, but you guys believe in us. That's something that we really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you've never seemed to have a bad day, with us at least.
Nah, I try to stay out that zone.
SK, the emotions you feel on a night like tonight, how do you carry that feeling you get on a special night like this and carry it forward to the conference tournament and just keep that drive going?
Well, when they announced us out and Jack went before me, and then I came out, I mean, and then we all hugged each other. I mean, we all whispered in each other's ear like it's time to go. We know that we have that energy now, and we continue to keep striving to be better. I mean, today, like Titus said, we gave up too many points, but we know down the stretch, like when it's 5 minutes left, I mean, it's a lot of teams that can't score on us because we do seem to buckle down. So, I mean, being able to go into the AAC conference with this type of exposure and this type of positivity is something that's good for us.
Titus, was there something in the scouting report that you knew you would have a good, maybe not a career high offensive night, but knew there were going to be opportunities for you offensively?
I mean, nothing really in the scouting report, but I knew number 4 was a freshman, so that was probably my biggest advantage.
Got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, Titus, you've been here only 2 years, so can you sort of talk about what it meant to have a guy like SK, who'd been here for as long as he had and was the kind of leader he's been?
I mean, yeah, like, he's my roommate. Like, when I first got here, like, Coach was talking to me. He's like, I'm going to put you in the room with Sean Kilpatrick because, like, he does everything right. Like, I never seen someone just, like, even on his bad days, like, he still does. Like, I can't tell when it's his bad day. Like, for real, like everybody be at practice. Like, some people be tired. You can see it on their faces. It was like, he be tired too, but you never can tell. I'm like, yo, I don't know. I just appreciate that about him. Like, it make you want to go harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you see, like, the best player on the team is going hard, just as hard every day, you have no choice but to go hard. So I just thankful for Jackson too. Like, we all got a friendship, and it shows on the court. So we just gotta keep winning.
Justin, how do you stay out of foul trouble in any different approach?
Foul.
Well, you should have thought of that earlier.
Man.
Really, were you any less aggressive, or think about it more?
No, I'm more aggressive. I just kept telling myself, all right, he's coming to you, do not foul. Do not foul. Do not foul. And I know when I get on the court, when I get on the bench, it's not going to be pleasant. So don't foul.
Was that short turnaround before you guys played Rutgers? Is it even going to matter because it's your last game? You're going to have all the adrenaline?
It doesn't matter.
It's a lot at stake.
Yeah, we on a mission.
I'm sure you guys were aware how well they played UConn last night.
Well, I hope they was aware that how good we played Memphis.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, man.
Big TV star now. Big TV star now.
Big Ten Networks here.
That's right.
Well, obviously, couldn't be a better night for our 3 seniors. 71 points and no turnovers. I told them it starts at the top, it's all coaching. That was a joke, just so you know, Mike. That was a joke. Found a new job for you. Retired TV star, you're now our consultant. You're our consultant now, DJ. But no, those guys, in all seriousness, I mean, 71 points and no turnovers, I mean, it's comical. I mean, it's impossible. Especially in a fast-paced game like that, to play the way they played. They also led us in deflections. Justin, 11, SK, 6, and Titus, 5. So their will was tremendous tonight, but it really has been all year, for the most part. And at the end of the day, it's like I tell them, you know, if we can play offense, if we can play, we don't have to score, but just play good offense to where we got a chance to rebound the ball, we got a chance to get back on defense, and we take our time on offense, we're going to be tough to beat. I don't care who we play. You know, it's because we're so capable of stopping teams. Now, we had trouble with Memphis's transition, but they're the best in the country at it. They're the best at it. I think the best I've ever coached against as far as speed, getting down the court with their senior guards, and getting down the court and getting the ball back at you at the rim. And I think, you know, Josh is smart. He's a good coach. That was their game plan because we're hard to score on in the half court.
Only 3 turnovers for you guys tonight after the last 2 games. That may be the most remarkable thing, one of the most remarkable things about the game. How do you turn that around? You said you were working on it in practice, changing things up. Do you think it paid off that much?
Just, you know, we're really trying to. It's funny because, you know, you score 97 points, but the whole thing is about taking your time. You know, be strong with the ball and take your time. So you have a chance to see what you should do, whether you should pass it, shoot it, drive it, you know, and play strong with the ball, make simple plays. We were just, we never got comfortable against UConn. Just, you know, we have a problem that we don't play all the time as hard on offense as we do on defense. We always play hard on defense. But sometimes on offense, we rest. We want offense to be easy. And against really good teams, it's not easy. You've got to be able to read the defense, execute what you're trying to do, have spacing and organization against the best teams. And we tried to simulate that in practice. And I think our younger guys, although they didn't put up a lot of numbers, they helped us win this game by the way they practiced Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Because it really trying to get after us defensively in practice and make it hard on the older guys in the 5-on-5 sessions of practice. I think that's an area where we obviously got better in a short period of time.
Can you ask Titus's mom not to miss any more games?
Well, you know, there's a couple games in Dallas in about a month where she lives. Be nice to play in front of her.
Coach, obviously you guys have got one of the best defensive teams in the country. You look at Memphis; they've just been so inconsistent all year on that side of the ball. What advice would you give to them and to just try to channel that good defense as opposed to what was on the floor tonight?
Well, it's tough to say. You know, I think sometimes, you know, you got a young player like Nichols is a great player offensively, but he's a freshman. You know, so he struggles at times on the defensive end. And one of the problems with playing, I've done this, when you play small, you play 3 and 4 guards. It's hard to be great defensively because, you know, size matters. You know, you can't defend the paint the way you want. You can't, although they did a good job boxing us out tonight. But it's hard to stop points in the paint. You know, you're giving up 3 or 4 inches at the 2 spot and the 3 spot. It's hard to be a really good defensive team when you're small. It really is. And you understand, and I think their stats are misleading because they play so fast, their games are so high scoring, there's more possessions in their game. So I think, and I don't know the answer to this, you got to look at their points per possession defensively. And I don't know what it is. That's more of a telltale sign of points per game. Because they're going to give up more points because they score so fast. You know, it's almost like a spread offense, like Oregon football.
Why was Titus able to score like that tonight?
Well, again, you know, we were trying to exploit what we thought was a little bit of a mismatch when he had the freshman on him. And then Nichols was playing so well, we were trying to get a 3rd foul on Nichols early in the second half because he was 5 for 6 at halftime. You know, he's got a quickness edge there. He's got experience and quickness. He got himself to the foul line, which is huge. And what happens is then you get your confidence going, you knock down a few 15-footers.
Considering the senior night ceremonies, is this one of the saddest good times you've had?
I'm going to enjoy it as long as I can. You know, I'm a glass half full guy, so, you know, it'll be sad for me whenever I'm sitting at the podium in the NCAA tournament. And even if our last game's a win, I know some people think that's crazy, but you know, I think you got to believe that can happen for it to happen. But that'll still be tough. You know, whenever that is, could be, you know, could be 1 of 3 weekends. But you know, so for me, you know, senior night, SK and Jack got emotional on me, made it hard on me. But you know, you know, a lot more time, a lot of ball to be played. Big game for the Bearcats Saturday at noon. Big game.
To see this place full and rocking like this, it's been a long, hard slog, but rewarding.
Yeah, but our fans have been awesome. I just said it on the radio. You know, our fans have been awesome. Huge crowd. The crowd was unbelievable tonight. And they came early to support our seniors. That helps recruiting. We had a lot of recruits here. You know, we had coaches here, people that got their eye on our program. Obviously, national television. So. But we've had a lot of great crowds, you know, really over the last 4 or 5 years. And I always tend to focus on the people that come. Because 8 years ago, there were still 6,000, 7,000 people here 8 years ago when we were had to lay the foundation to rebuild the program that was wrecked. So, but yeah, you know, a lot of things are rewarding, but I try not to reflect. I try to stay young. You know, my mind's always on what's going to happen in the future.
Speaking of Saturday afternoon, if you win, it'll be the first conference title in a decade. What would that mean to you?
Be huge. You know, especially this year in this league, Mike, because it's a big-time league this year with the 5 teams at the top of the league. And once Houston's gotten healthy, I think they're proving that they're pretty good. So I think you know, it'll be huge. This I've told, you know, SK and Rub, you know, they want it bad. You know, when our plane landed from Connecticut and everybody's internet kicked in and they saw that Memphis had beat Louisville and we still were tied for first, I heard guys were cheering in the back of the plane. So that's, you know, it's just. But I've said all year, I got guys that, you know, when you got guys that care, that want to win, man, your job's so much easier. You know, it's no different. You got employees that care about their production, and you don't have to coax them to do their job. I got guys, they really care about winning. So and they want to be. What I've told them is, you know, you win the championship, there's going to be a banner, and you're going to come back. It's always going to be there. You can bring your kids back. So I was a part of that team.
If they're that focused on winning a championship, I suppose you're not worried about a letdown or anything Saturday.
No, you know, I'm disappointed in that we're playing at noon Saturday, which I voiced that displeasure when the schedule came out. You know, it's like I pointed out to our players that Memphis plays SMU and Louisville plays Connecticut. They obviously didn't plan for Cincinnati to be playing for the championship.
Do you think that'll be a factor?
The fact that we play at noon,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't help that we got to fly to New Jersey against a team that played last night. That drove a bus maybe 2 hours to play UConn and was home last night in their bed. But our program's all about toughness, so it's the ultimate test of toughness for us on Saturday. I'd be a lot more, you know, I'm concerned because more so of Rutgers' talent. They almost won at UConn. They got good players. For whatever reason, their record is what it is, but talent is not their issue. I'm concerned about their players. I know what Miles Mack and Wally Judge, guys are top 50 players. Wally's a McDonald's All-American. Miles top 50 in the country. Kadeem Jackson, another All-American. They got talent. So I'm more concerned about Rutgers players in the game time.
Coach, you touched on it a little bit, but your impressions of Austin Nichols from game number 1 to game number 2, because you know he only plays 11 minutes in that first one tonight.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive effort.
Well, he's a guy. He's always going to score if he's on the floor. If you can get his touches, he's going to score because he can finish. He's a throwback guy. He can finish with both hands. I'll give you another impression. I think we were the first school to offer him. I remember watching him when he was 14 with Brad Stevens. Cincinnati and Butler, his first two offers. You can ask him that one. So I've been impressed with him for a long time.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.